Hello. Come on in. Come on in. Bar is open. Hi, boss. Eating dinner. Good for you. Glad you're eating dinner there, Aramis. Hello. Come on in, everybody. Come chill. Come. So, the Armageddon box. What about it? They showed the new models. Cool. Ooh, a bar. Can I have a scotch neat on the rocks? Sure. Yeah, come on in, everybody. Come on in. It's going to be more of a chill chat night, because I do not have the attention span for a game tonight. Yes, I caught a live. Welcome, welcome. So do you think May will be a good month? I don't try to make predictions. You just go day by day. See a video when you open the bar. Nice. Thoughts on the Blood Angel? You mean the Blood Angels? Like the chapter? Hello, I like the content of the Armageddon box for the most part, the Yorks especially. What's up, man? I love your content. New sub. I'm glad. I'm glad you're enjoying the content. Glad to have you. Sorry if I sound like really low energy. I've had a really messed up day. Not like in a oh my god, everything bad's happening. More like a man, I didn't sleep too well and now my entire day's fucked. You ever have that? You ever have like one of those days where like you wake, like you couldn't get to sleep the night before, you wake up when you did finally get to sleep, it's only been like 5 hours later, and you're just like, well, this sucks. Too often. I like the what's up? And I love your content. Yes, too often. Yeah, you get me. You understand. It is like I got everything put into the video that I need to get put in there to begin editing. Because the next video is Reign of Iron. And I'm trying to get back to my regular schedule so that way I'm not murdering myself trying to, like, get content out there. Oh, God, I gotta turn on my fan because, like, it's fucking hot in here. I wake up at 0300. I barely sleep, so I felt this. Yeah, well, welcome. We understand each other. We have a mutual understanding. I have school, so that has been annoying as I naturally go to bed late. Oof. Thoughts on the new models in the Armageddon box that were revealed today? They look good. The new models look good. Why does the Librarian have nipples? Most of them look good. Why does the Librarian have nipples? Again, like, the new Orc Walker is cool. I'm glad they brought back the War Track. Again, why does the Librarian have nipples? I thought Ahriman only had nipples. I'm not against it. I just want to know why. Magic nipples, exactly. They glow blue. That's why you know they're magic. In D&D logic, if it glows blue, it's magic. Painboy is best boy. Yes, he is. Oh, the Librarian has nipples. Yes. Don't you know that we store warp magic in the nipples? That's where we store warp magic. Question, do you think that we will get Rogel Dorn after Perturabo? Nope. We're getting Leman Russ first. I can guarantee you that. I know a lot of people want Rogel Dorn, but it's more likely than not you're going to get the werewolf than you're going to get the brick. The nipples on the Librarian clearly bothers you. Do you like your character Snippolis? It doesn't bother me. It's one of those design aesthetics where I'm like, I can't help but think this is nipples, and that makes me laugh. And I need to draw attention to it because it's funny. I need people to laugh with me. Warp teats. Listen. I'm not against warp-filled tits, if you catch my cold. If you catch my Tzeentch's firestorm. How much of an aneurysm would the Dark Angels get if Gilliman called them out for their actions regarding the fall and all the Legions had traitors? It would be stupid to think Dark Angels were special and avoid it, considering their plant blew up. Imagine the High Lords of Terra sending them a message to stop their killing spree. Everybody already knows they had They wouldn't have an aneurysm about it anymore. I don't think. They nearly did have an aneurysm when Gilliman came aboard the Rock during the Indomitus Crusade. And they thought like they were fucked. Like, Azrael actually thought about firing on the Indomitus Crusade because he's like, well, they probably know about the Fallen. They probably think we're heretics. Time to go down swinging. And then Gilliman was like, requesting permission to board. Oh, sure. And he's like, hello, sons of my brother the Lion. I brought Primaris Marines. Please use them. Because I heard like 2 of your subchapters got wiped out, which sucks. And then Azrael's like, what? Yeah. Like, you guys good? Yes. Okay, awesome. See you guys later. And then he left. Everybody play it cool. Act like nothing is wrong. But yeah, like, they wouldn't have an aneurysm, since the Lion came back. We don't know, like, how well they've taken to Lionel's. Yeah, no, that Fallen shit's stupid. We don't know, like, how that's gonna fold out. So we just gotta be patient and wait. Also, apologies for your mentions, boss. Stream revealed Marines Malevolent are on them again. Yeah, I know. I saw. I think that happens to the Dark Angels. Do you think... that question's gone. Shit. I will say Intercessors painted by the heavy metal team in Blood Angels colors does not put the models in the best light. Blood Angels are hard to make look good because their main color scheme is just red. And then insert blue or yellow or black. It's very hard to make that look good, if not like completely generic. But the 2 squads of boys have different combinations of heads and bodies and poses, it seems like. Yeah, because they want to have more customization because people have been complaining about it. What do I think of Lucas the Trickster? He's there. He's just there to me. Like, he's not offending me. He's not making me mad. He's just existing. Recently saw a short. Was wondering how often do you think the Imperial Fist had to be reprimanded or stop Black Templars from genociding sanctioned mutants / abhumans? Space Marine chapters don't tend to reprimand each other. And the Imperial Fist don't bother with the Black Templars last time I checked. They just kind of like, I don't speak for them, and they don't speak for me. We meet at the Feast of Blades every couple of decades, but I do not speak for them, and they do not speak for me. What the hell are the Marines Malevolent going to do on Armageddon? Probably kill more civilians, be fucking useless, basically be like Twitter on Armageddon. Like they're like the embodiment of Twitter. That kind of loser incel, we think we're better than you bullshit people. Basically like friendly firing, purity testing, and genuinely just being a pain in everyone's asses. The Marines Malevolent are absolute fucking losers. How to tell when something is misinformation? I don't know. Thoughts on the Orc Big Boss? Apparently it's a new rank in between Knobs and War Boss. Model looks cool. I don't know what to think about it until I see the rules. Grey Knights weren't available, so someone has to purge the Armageddon civilians. I'm still in the box with my friend. He's getting the Orcs in the rulebook, and I'm getting the Space Marines in the lore book. I am buying the box, and my wife gets the Orcs, and I get the Marines and everything else. Also, Big Boss War 2nd edition thing. Random thought, the only AI that the Imperium of Man would be okay with would the anti-hero known as Mechanical Violator Macarider, as his not a true AI. I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about, and no, they would not be. The Imperium is not okay with AI. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If you were a mole, does that make you a beauty mark? Oh, she likes the Orcs? Yeah, my wife likes the Orcs, and she likes World Eaters. Do you think Leman Russ will become a warp entity like Corvus Corax? I don't know. Probably got like a lot more hairy. I still scratch my head at how Marines Malevolent are a successor faction of the Ultramarines. They're probably not. Wait, are they a successor of the Ultramarines? I remember them being, like, unknown. Yeah, their successor is not stated. They do not have a stated it's not stated where they succeed from. They came in M32. Yeah, no, they're not Ultramarines. Or at least it doesn't say they're Ultramarines. You see the new Orcs? I did. Imperium hates AI, unless it's convenient. Glared at the Speranza. That's the Mechanicus, though. That's different. I'm surprised they're not declared excommunicate Traitoris. They don't do anything that's explicitly heretical. Which, I know, like, people are like, what the fuck does that mean? And it's like, when the High Lords tell them to go do shit, they go do it. Who are the successor chapters of the Ultramarines? I don't know who they are. Pretty much like 60% of most Space Marine chapters can draw their lineage back to the Ultramarines. The most famous of which are the Nova Marines, the Genesis chapter, the Aurora chapter, Silver Skulls, Sides of the Emperor, Sons of Aurora, Iron Snakes, and those are like at the top of my head. Oh, Marines Errant. Oh, why do people say Marines Malevolent are the Ultramarine successor? I don't know. Wait, let me check the Warhammer wiki. Nope, doesn't even say they're successors of the Ultramarines in the Warhammer wiki. That's surprising. Probably because people just hate the Ultramarines and let them live rent-free in their head. I'm seeing a lot of people just, like, try to say, like, Gilliman's a traitor and, like, Gilliman's all this kind of bullshit. And it's just like, dude. I've seen, like, Steven Universe haters have more restraint than you. Like, holy fuck. Did Gilliman fuck your mom? Did he fuck your dad? Holy shit, dude. Like, that's your problem, not mine. Isn't the Warhammer Wiki considered worse than Lexicanum? Lexicanum is actually good because it cites its sources. And it doesn't make shit up, and they delete stuff when people make shit up. Warhammer Wiki is just bad because they just let anybody say and do whatever the fuck they want. Probably because the second and thirds are the Ultramarine successors, and it's good cover. Well, there was barely 400 Space Marine chapters made. And trying to keep track of them all was a nightmare. Astroclaws are a great Ultramarine successor chapter. They're actually probably chimeric. There's a theory, like, there was an in-universe theory where, like, they might have been Dark Angel and Ultramarine. Did Gilliman drop a deuce in your Cheerios after having the Adeptus Sororitas explained to him? At the Warhammer Open, I got 30k Lionel Johnson, Old Ventar Custodes, Telemon Dreadnought, Thousand Suns Librarian Console. Good for you. I was trying to explain that Mechanical Violator. I do not care. We also have the issue that several chapters have been wiped out and then just restarted pretending they are the same people. Yep. I'm surprised they even had the last one. Silver Skulls are definitely an Ultramarine founding. Definitely not anything else. Definitely not anything else. Definitely not. Oh, man, dude. Man, what happened to those Iron Warriors that were with you guys? Don't worry about it. What Iron Hands? There were no Iron Hands. Captain Dantioch, who's that? You heard about the Iron Hands update coming to Space Marine 2? Yep. Soul Drinkers are an example. Yep. If they add an entirely new faction, what kind of faction would you want added? What kind of faction would I want added? Exodites. Elves on dinosaurs. I just don't think about it. Like, what kind of faction would I want in 40k? All the factions pretty much cover, like, all the different playstyles. Any ideas on how to use the Fist Praetor? Any new... Oh my god. Exorcists. Make Exorcists their own faction. TCOM. You're not getting Exorcists. Oh yeah, push fit models are back apparently. That sounds good for beginners, but I've heard others say that push fit sucks. It's... People need to understand they don't want push fit. They can just cut off the fucking things and then just glue it on normally. There's nothing stopping them. It's entirely mindless bitching. They aren't Gundam quality push fit. You know what? Fuck it. Dark Mechanicum. Just to get that out there. I kind of want to see what would happen if someone dual-wielded chainswords in battle. Have you saw World Eaters before? The Leviathan push fit was better than Indominus. You can also push fit and glue. I would ask questions that isn't... Could I ask questions that isn't Warhammer? Yeah. If I can fucking see it, because everybody... Oh, I'm not used to this chat being so, like, fast. Also, if you want a hard kit, the Saturnine kit can fuck off. Oh, yeah. I haven't built my Saturnine Terminators because of it. It's... World Eaters dual wield? Yes! All the time! But I think it would be upgrades, Bruce. Like, the main cover of, like, Karn is him dual-wielding chain axes. So many successors of Swords of Haldraw thought they were Ultramarine successors, but turned out to be Blood Angel successors, the Carmine Blades. What's your least favorite Battletech mech? My least favorite? Huh. I'm gonna say it. Fuck the fire starter. Anyway. Hey, you're already my favorite Warhammer YouTuber. Nice. I'm honored. So funniest thing, actually. So Possum, who's a member of Adeptus Ridiculous, added me yesterday in May's server. And I didn't really see what they were, like, doing. I just know I got added, and I'm like, did I do something wrong? Or, like, did I do something... And they were like, nah, I saw your short. Good job. And I'm like, yay. That was a good feeling. So if a Khorne Corrupted Gene Stealer dual wields it with quad wielding, they already quad wield. They don't need to be Khorne infected to do it. World Eater so hardcore. Been going through Eldar fluff, most recent things. What if Baal Tan got desperate enough and inspired by the near birth of Ynee to revive Khaine? Khaine's not dead. He's been shattered. He's multiple fragments around the galaxy. Khaine isn't dead. It's that thing from, like, The Princess Bride. Right. Your friend's only mostly dead. There's a big difference between mostly dead and full dead. Open his mouth, please. I gotta stuff a chosen one in him. Could Khaine be reassembled? You got a lot of glue on you? The answer is most likely yes, but maybe a collab. That's up to... I don't like... I'm a shy person. I'm not used to, like, asking people to collab. He keeps getting destroyed, though, as measuring stick for characters. Yep. If you want to be a named character in 40k, go beat up an avatar. How about a faction that actually try to be good guys, like literally good guys? But then where's the fun of being a villain? With Perturabo finally getting off the... This means that we're probably going to see what the Imperial Fists have been up to. Lysander led a strike force of Imperial Fists and Black Templars against the Iron Warriors in Reign of Iron. That's what they're up to. How's your progress on the Fusion, Nuzlocke? We have not played it in a bit because Mitsuki has been busy. Hell, Gabriel Angelos beats people with a shard of Khaine. Yep. Nate Stewart, thank you for subscribing. People keep saying they're doing the Last Wall Protocol again, but as you said, it's just the Fists and Templars. They're not doing Last Wall. Oh my god, people, stop watching YouTube shorts and listening to fucking idiots. Holy shit. Nowhere in Reign of Iron does it say they're using Last Wall Protocol. Nowhere does it say that, and they learn not to do it again. When I heard Lysander, I was like, ah, shit. Here we go again. What is Last Wall? The Last Wall Protocol was an initiative by Rogel Dorn where if the situation got fucked, the Imperial Fist subchapters would come back together and form the Imperial Fist Legion. The problem is that it did not account for the different chapters building their own personalities and cultures. By the time it was used, which was 1,000 years after the Horus Heresy, when the Imperial Fist chapters all came together during the War of the Beast, they were all too different. The Fists Exemplar, the Black Templars, the Crimson Fists, the Soul Drinkers, all of them were just too different. And it made reunion impossible. Because all of them had their own different ways of wanting to do things. And I'm here for that. Khaine and Angron are absolutely just fodder for Imperial Character of the Week. Then why did it work for the Blood Angels on Ball? I've lost track of the plot. Y'all are talking about stuff that I wasn't paying attention to. Have you ever seen any humans worshipping Eldari gods? No, because we don't know what the Eldari gods are. But they still know how to fortify, though, right? You tell me if a Black Templar knows how to build a wall. Not a Black Templar fan, a Black Templar. You tell me the Black Templars know how to read a blueprint. That isn't a Tech Marine. Why did coming together as a Legion work on Ball? They didn't come together as a Legion on Ball. They came together to defend Ball, not work as a one whole cohesive unit. There's a difference. What are your thoughts on the Raptors? They're there. Black Templars building sim would be funny. That's just a deconstruction. That's just a deconstruction game. Would react if Omegon is revealed to still be alive and covertly helping him. How would Gilliman react? Go fucking kill him. He's a traitor. Her last walk, would you need an apocalyptic oh shit oh fuck? My god, people, please fix your sentences before posting. Please, I'm begging. It is so hard to read when, like, the chat's going fast. The real question, can Black Templars even read? As a Tokusatsu nerd who's still getting into Warhammer, has a few models on... I still have trouble understanding Warhammers. I want to mix in Toku info on accident a lot. Dude, Warhammer 40k mixes in Dune, Star Wars, Star Trek, fucking Gundam, Evangelion, tons of other shit into it. Go fucking nuts. No, I will talk in Bork English in Legese. Hope you're doing well today, announcer. I'm struggling. I did not get good sleep last night. I hope I'm not like... I hope, like, you understand, like, I'm not angry at you or anyone else. It's just, like, I'm very tired. And I hate fucking lazy-ass, fucking dumbass, I hate those stupid lazy-ass AI channels that, like, spout bullshit. Because I read Reign of Iron. I'm doing a video on Reign of Iron, and they're like... And, like, they're talking about, like, oh, well, they've activated the Last World Protocol. Show me where. Show me where in this fucking book did they do that. I read this thing front to back. Multiple times. Wrote a script on it. Editing a video for it. Where the fuck do they say Last Wall Protocol? Cite the page, the source, the paragraph number. Would you rather use BattleTech Urban Mech or use a 40k Imperial vehicle? Oh, we know. Quick, I can clickbait this to announcer of games angry at fans gone wrong. Years ago, was time to start Imperial Knight Army, but using armored core kits and whatever bits I could buy off eBay. Cool. Titus seems to be a bit disenchanted with getting the 500 worlds back on orders of Gilliman. Do you think, for Titus' assessment, that Gilliman is trying to bring back the golden age that can never come back? No. Titus is just following orders. We don't really get Titus's opinion on the 500 worlds. We just know that he is following orders. I had an AI channel steal a couple of videos of mine a week ago. Like, they ripped my script word for word, and that pissed me off. Yeah, by the way, if any of you find any channels that are doing that, report them immediately. Or, like, put them on blast. The thing is, sure, when you are a 40k fan, you will learn Latin either you want it or not. In my opinion, it is weird that for the 500 worlds, they didn't bring any Ultramar Exilia missed opportunity. They did. The book actively talks about them. You just take Cadians and you paint them blue. Most of the time, only spout the BS myths that have been disproven. So I was thinking about making a Necron army, and I was wondering if you have any suggestions to where to begin. Buy your combat patrol. Then from there, what do you want to do? Do you want to do tanks? Do you want to do infantry spam? Do you want to do, like, constructs? There's one guy in YouTube that uses AI art and loves to say that Call created a new Primarch, and it's just Alpha Primus. I hope we get to fight Necrons in Space Marine 3. Buy silver spray paint. Yeah, buy silver spray paint. Listen, if you ever want an easy army to paint, Necrons. Holy shit, are they fucking easy to paint. You pick a metallic, you pick a primary color, you're done. Oh, maybe an ink. Have you heard of Cornflict 47? No. All-rounder sort of army. What army are salamanders? What would you suggest as a second arm? What would you suggest as a second army? If you're playing salamanders and you want to play something closer to that playstyle, Sisters of Battle are your best bet. If you don't want to play more power armor though, your best bets after that are Death Guard for Chaos Space Marines. Then for non-power armor, it's like for Xenos factions, that would be Orcs, and Genestealer cults. My army plans for 11 is Necrons and Orcs. Reverse things, start fighting. I want to fight Slaanesh, and not for those reasons. She is the one of the least fought in the games outside of a couple of RTSs. Listen, if I don't mention Death Guard at least once, Froggy looks at me and says, "Coward." I wish I could get a Space Marine painting. It seems really cool, but I suck at painting, and I don't think I have the patience to go through all that painting. I have a massive appreciation for the people patient enough to do that. Trust me, it's just you learn as you do it. You get better with each model you do. Haven't thought about Sisters. Nids was another idea because of Space Marine 2. I think there's a reason Slaanesh wasn't in Bolt Gun. Yeah, because the developers are cowards. Your game's already M. Who cares? Who cares if we see some titty? Don't be a fucking coward. Have you ever come across a servitor who managed to regain their mind and will, and if so, what happened to them? Oh, if you play Darktide and you use the medical servitor, sometimes you can hear them cry out in pain and begging for you to kill them. And then you just walk away. What happens to them? They're usually stuck like that. So wait, why would Gilliman be pissed about the Adeptus Sororitas? I'm kind of new. The Adeptus So, one, Gilliman doesn't like Emperor worship. He doesn't like Emperor botherers. And what do the Sisters of Battle do? They worship the Emperor. They're religious nutjobs. He already doesn't like them on a fundamental level. From there, they also have a bad tendency to friendly fire. And they're in Plague War. A squad of sisters kills an intercessor, a ultramarine intercessor, a sister of silence, and a imperial general on the orders of a priest. Because there's a saint there. He's not going to like them. He finds them a bunch of useful idiots where if you point them in a direction, maybe they'll kill something. They could take on Death Guard Chaos Marines because of the Organs of Darktide. I never laughed so hard. Oh, yeah, no. There's a reason why they said they aren't adding in Chaos Marines into Darktide. Someone did ask that, and they said, do you want to die? So he's on the same opinion as Kane. Pretty much. Any thoughts on the Ashen Claws and Severin Dominate? I know the Dominate will never return, but we can huff hopium. The Ashen Claws are still around. They're fairly interesting as a renegade force that doesn't worship chaos. And they built their own mini empire in one part of the galaxy. Now, add Typhus and Darktide. My Organ could take them. You keep telling yourself that. Pats you on the back. You keep telling yourself that while you chew on that grenade box, buddy. Isn't that ironic since Dark-Tide enemies can be worse? Oh, yeah. But now add in that the Death Guard, just being around the Death Guard is giving you corruption. Your damage is halved. And just being around them is slowly killing you. I did enjoy learning about the Renegade faction. Knights of Blood is the first Renegade faction. They're kind of cool. I wonder what happens with them. Puts my hand on your shoulder. They're dead. Grenade box? No. Pure rock, mate. I think they should add upgrades, Bruce, for Dark Mechanicum. You could just buy undead boxes from Age of Sigmar and slap them on. Just saying. And then Typhus looks at you and goes, Destroyer Hive, and you get eaten by bugs. What? They're dead? Yeah, they died during the Third Tyrannic War. Or at least that's what was reported. I need you all to remember when I say, like, you can do anything in 40k, that if you want to run Knights of Blood in 40k, you can still do that. Have you ever built a Gundam? I have. I thought the Rogue Raven Guard Hoher became the Ashen Claws. Where does State became the Space Sharks? What the where the fuck did that come from? Where the fuck did that come from? What gun did you build? I don't remember. It was a Gundam. How do you think Guilliman would react to Trazyn having an uncorrupted clone of Fulgrim? Kill it. Every question you're going to ask is, Guilliman's either going to get frustrated or he's going to order it be killed. The Unreal Draggy, I'm going to be honest with you. If you keep asking me these questions, the answer is always going to be the same thing. He's either going to get annoyed or he's going to kill it. Opinion on the Crimson Slaughter. Ooh. Ooh. One second, I did get a... As a total noob to 40k, which fluff book would you recommend to start with? Dark Imperium. That is a good book to start with. Now, Crimson Slaughter. Ooh, this was a faction I played back in 7th. Oh, boy, a very fun chapter. Well, very fun Renegade, very fun Chaos Warband. For those that don't know, back in the day, GW tried making the Chaos Space Marine poster boys a group known as the Crimson Slaughter. They were the face of 6th edition's starter box. And then when they re-released the 6th edition starter box to the 7th, it was still the Crimson Slaughter. They've long since dropped out of the fluff. But their whole shtick is that they were haunted by those they killed. And everywhere they went, it was as if you were entering, like, a ghost horror movie. And the only way... And while they're being haunted by these ghosts, their victims are constantly, like, yelling at them and, like, blaming them for everything they've done, and the only way to get them to shut up is by killing more people. So it's an endless, perpetual cycle. It's really cool. It's a really cool idea and concept. I really like them a lot. It sucks that we haven't really done anything with them lately. Where's the Ashen come from, then? They're also Raven Guard from before Corvus Corax. Like, guys. Oh my god. You all do understand that, like, different military groups send different units out across the galaxy, right? You're all aware of that, right? The legions were spread out across the galaxy. Is the Vox basically space Twitter? A Vox is basically a radio. Ghost, the War of the Beast was so bad it nearly destroyed the Imperium. That's how bad it was. Thoughts on Zaku mechs? I like Zaku. Hello, I've been enjoying your content the first couple of days. Fun channel. Thank you. The only thing that was being spread was Fulgrim's cheeks if fanfiction is canon. Lol. What the fuck is wrong with all of you? But yeah, like, guys, there was 90,000 Raven Guard running around. And all of them were being deployed in different areas. You mean the Navy doesn't just send every single ship to deal with a single pirate speedboat? Exactly. I know you talked about Battletech, but have you also looked into heavy gear? I have not. I don't know what that is. So I saw your post about Xenos on Rule 34 as well, and... What? R34? When did I post on R34? So opinions on the Angry Marines fan chapter? They're boring and annoying. Let the meme be dead. There's nothing wrong with me. I'm currently listening to a mole man with glasses talk to me about Warhams. Life is already... Heavy Gear also had a cartoon show. Oh, cool. I had a conversation with somebody about who's the gay Primarch. For me, Lion is the gay and Fulgrim is bi. I mean, yeah. Heavy Gear is Canada's version of BT, but takes notes from Votum's. I don't know what you're talking about. Speak English! I don't understand what you're saying! I think it was what the... I don't remember. Now I'm having to go onto my shorts feed. Give me a fucking minute. The price of popularity. Yep. I think it was the one about why Nids can't win 40k. That was a while ago. Fuck. YouTube keeps recommending that short to me. Well, I don't know. Since we're on big robots, thoughts on Transformers? I like Transformers. My favorite is Shockwave. We all know that the only faction that can win 40k is the Zotes. Now, you know who wins? You know who wins 40k? You know which faction wins 40k? I do. My faction wins. Fuck you. I am the big kid in the sandbox. I am Jesus. I am God. I am the Buddha. My faction has the two colored eyes. We're the only ones that know force healing. I'm so super cool and badass, and you can't stop me because I got anime powers. I got God and anime on my side. Hi, how are you? How's the chatting? Did you see the 11th edition box reveal? I did. Are Zotes even a thing anymore? Yes, they're still a thing. How is War of the Beast story? How is War of the Beast as a story? Well, Mark, you can go to Adeptus Ridiculous and watch everybody have a collective aneurysm. And it's canon still. Shockwave was close to compress the universe into a Peeble for infinity energy at once. Oh, random thought. Can Primarch... We don't know if Primarchs can have children. We don't know if, We don't know. So of all the Spartan 2s, which is your favorite? Mine is Jerome, because he killed the Flood on the Spirit of Fire with a steel chair. Willow 4-8. He beats a hunter to death with his bare hands. Yeah, except Le Losses should do a video on Transformers, especially the last batch of Transformers comic. Do you have a preferred weapon for the Halo series? Depends on which one I'm playing. What's each Primarch's entrance music? I don't want to think about that. I'm bad with music names. I'm really bad with that. If they could... Shockwave is basically Satan in that. How dare you not choose Jai? Eat my ass! Can Transformers win in the 40k universe? Can you not ask a versus question? And we basically have stuff that's big. We basically have Ultra Magnuses on standby. What do you think? Which loyal Primarch do you think might return next? Leman Russ. It's the most obvious one. What's the issue with the War of the Beast? I can't go into too deep detail because it's just fuck. I'm really tired. Okay, nonsensical plots. We got a lot of characters having to act stupid to get the plot to go forward. There's a lot of nonsensical bullshit that happens left and right. They can't just have like the one antagonist. They have to like reveal, oh, but it was not one giant orc, it was 9 of them. 9! Also, the orcs have basically Death Stars running around. They have anti-gravity tech. All of this just to give you the backstory for the fucking Death Watch, and give you a reason why Olenor became Armageddon. In Halo, why does the fandom treat the insurrection like it's justified? You nuked the planet. One seriously, one nuke. Okay, Trihexia. Okay. So, you gotta remember that in Halo, the United Rebel Front, the URF, in Halo, a lot of people tend to lump them into one group, but they're not. And again, these are just like people that don't read the books. These are people that don't read the comics. They don't go into the expanded material. The URF is a coalition of multiple different groups with different varieties of genuine grievances and extremists. The URF is complicated, like the UNSC. Both sides are not perfect, and both sides have genuine grievances. Bad Blood, the book Halo Bad Blood does cover it very well, where the the rebels, or like whatever group you're dealing with, the main foundation is that the UNSC tends to treat the outer colonies like shit. And they get overly taxed. They have no representation. They have no say. And they have to rely on the kindness of corporations, which, corporation being nice. Corporation following the rules. Nestle tried to copyright water. Water's not a human right, says the CEO of Nestle. And when your protests are met with violent force, you tend to fight back. It also doesn't help that when the Human Covenant War happened, the UNSC promised them a lot of stuff, and then after the Human Covenant War was over, the UNSC just didn't. And a lot of people are going to be like, well, like, the UNSC was, like, rebuilding. Yeah. And so were they. Do you think they give a shit? It's a lot of people trying to lump in every group that they don't agree with into one entity. If you play Halo 5, I know, hold on, give me a minute. You do get that mindset of Buck and Tanaka, where both of them are kind of going at it. Because Buck is someone who was born in the middle, like in the mid-rim of like the Halo universe. He was born in relative close proximity to the UNSC. He benefited from the systems of the UNSC. While Tanaka grew up on a world outside the UNSC's influence and understood the grievances in which those people had with the UNSC. It is much more complicated. So they were Rogel Dorn. No, not by a fucking long shot. Rogel Dorn's a filthy bootlicker. And a URF would shoot at him because he's a filthy bootlicker. And the UNSC would see him as a fucking monstrous tyrant. And then Oni goes, yeah, but how do we make Space Marines now? Whatever happened to the Men in Iron and Warhammer? Most of them got destroyed. There's one that we know running around. The developed core metropole siphoning resources out of the colonies are not taking their complaints seriously. Who would have thought? What do you think about Necromunda's story, Spire of Primus? I have not read it. I think Valdor will be interesting to return. Join VC, you coward. I need to talk about Halo. I'm too tired. I have a headache. I don't want to join VC. I want to do a solo stream. I'm good. I'm good. But that's the thing. You don't always see the extremists in the Halo books. You see all of them. You see everybody. You get all these different groups talking to one another, and they go like, and why the fuck should we follow you? Person that bombs schools full of children? Then why'd you invite me? Because you have a 200-person strong battalion. But you don't get a fucking say, because we have the ships to get you around. I won't spoil anything about Spire Primus for you then, but there are theories already roaming around on the new characters in the book in the Necromunda game. Okay. Are you caught up on the Bequin novels? Guys, I can't read everything. No, I'm not caught up. I'm very far behind, guys. Like, Guys, I'm gonna tell you right now, I have not been able to read any of the new, like, 40k novels outside of Ashes of the Imperium. I have been very busy trying to keep up with new stories that are coming out. It's been...
to society later.
This is my first time catching a live stream. Thanks for helping newcomers get info that's not fanfic or wrong. Hope you feel better. Thank you very much. We'll be allies until the Covenant is dead. After that, it'll get difficult. It'll get difficult. Yep. Do you think Gilliman has an entire planet reserved just to provide him recap? Probably. Have you read The Twice Dead King? I have not been able to. Trying to get my hands on, like, 40k books has been a pain in the ass. Some minis want their planets free, and some got so fucked over by the UNSC. Yep. Not expecting you to, but I also don't want to ask about a book you haven't read. Thanks for all you do. Excellent. And I know people are asking, like, have you read this book? Have you read this book? I know, it's, like, genuine, like, excitement. I have not read every book. I'm sorry. Can't forget the UNSC was fighting the insurrection just as often as the Covenant. Yep. And remember, you're also, like, another thing about, like, the UNSC is that a lot of things about the Halo books, you're getting it from the UNSC's perspective. And a lot of people don't have the media literacy to understand perspective bias. Get that motherfucker a NOS energy drink. I don't drink energy drinks. They make me feel awful. They make me feel sick. I live in hell. The Indians are why the Spartans were made. Yeah. Mostly because Halsey predicted the collapse of the UNSC. I think it's because school doesn't really teach perspective bias in an interesting way. At least not in the States. I remember in my English class, we got taught about, like, perspective bias. I remember being taught perspective bias. What do you think of Halo Infinite? Oh, boy. I know that's a review down the line. That'll probably be, like, next Christmas. Wasn't Halsey... Halsey, it was some other scientist. No, it was Halsey. Imagine if Halo added different groups of aliens that come from other places in the galaxy. My heart feels like it's going to burst if I drink a Coke. We're taught in the U.S., just depends on the school. Oh yeah, he did Minecraft himself. Haha, right. Huh. But yeah, like, I was taught that stuff when I was going through school, and it's not easy for people to, like, understand that. I have around 2k or more worth of Warhammer backlog. I'm getting through mine. Carver tried to warn the UNSC/UEG it needed to do a better job, and instead they saw Kaseh Belai to run off, shot over the outer colonies. Pandemonium. Okay, it went to be pretty bad school growing up. Have you played any Warhammer Tabletop recently? Yes, I've been practicing for the Edmonton Open. What's up? Nothing much. I'm bringing my Ultramarines to the tournament, like to the Edmonton Open. And yeah, well, we'll see how well we do. We had 3 losses, 4 wins last time. Oh, Ackerson. Cortana didn't deal with Ackerson. He went on to make the Spartan 3s. And then he died a hero. He died a hero on the Battle of Earth. Don't you know? Which is your least favorite Gundam series? Mark, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I've only watched one Gundam series, and it was Gundam Seed. I have not watched Gundam. I have absorbed Gundam through osmosis. I have not watched a single Gundam series outside of Seed. It got its seed all over me. And that was mostly because my brother was watching it, and I was just in the room. I know the story of Gundam. But, yeah. Cortana got him transferred to the front lines. Yeah. And then you don't think that's a little bit weird that all that happened? Oni figured it out immediately and brought him back. Do you think Mortarion is justified in joining Chaos? No! He's a whiny little bitch. He was not justified in his rebellion at all. His grievance was, Dad stole my kill. He made me look bad. Fuck him. When he was dying on the floor because he couldn't handle his stepdad's fart gas. He couldn't handle his stepdad's Dutch oven. Mortarion has one of the weakest excuses. If not the weakest. Jagatai calls him on it. You tasted the bitter fruit of betrayal and you didn't like it. And now you come crawling to me, asking me to partake because you couldn't handle it. I do kind of wish there was at least one Primarch who went with the third option, fuck the Emperor, but also let's not go with literal hell instead. I mean, Alpha Legion. Is that in a dedicated book on Mortarion? That is literally his backstory! That is literally his backstory! That is literally Mortarion's backstory! What about him always being oppressed by his psyker dad? I don't know, he seemed pretty fine doing the oppressing. He didn't bitch about the oppressing, he bitched about fucking psychers being around and the Emperor making him look weak. He never talked about how oppressed he was. He's just a bastard. He is remarkably uncomplicated. It's remarkably uncomplicated how fucking stupid Morty is. Also, Mortarion is a psyker. Ah. Debatable. He became a psyker after he ascended to demonhood. Something random. What if the orcs just randomly got a new unit or mini group that is just a random token? I'm not. Nope. I'm good. Still funny. Is the whole orcs belief system becoming reality actually a thing, or is that BS? They have it. So, yes and no. It's not the power of belief. I'm a tank, I'm a tank, I'm a tank, I'm a tank. That's bullshit. But the more orcs that are around, the more their stupid shit works. The power of belief is not... Their power of belief doesn't make them like, I'm a tank, I'm a tank. It's... I have a fundamental understanding of how this works. Cargo vroom. Cargo vroom. Gun, go shoot. And then the gun shoots. And the car goes vroom. You take orcs out of that scenario, the car doesn't run, the gun doesn't shoot. The more orcs that are around, the more insane it gets. It's why you see when a WoG starts building up more and more momentum, you start seeing the more insane shit. Like, a small orc warband will be like, at most, maybe a couple of big guns. But a lot of choppas and a lot of sluggas and a lot of shooters. Then you start getting into, like, a building of a WA, and you start seeing trucks and cars. And then you get into, like, an overwhelming WA. You get to, like, the biggest level of WA. That's where you start seeing the Titans and all that kind of stuff. You say Reach had the weakest story because one of my buddies lives and breathes Reach. Tell me, where does Reach's plot actually begin? What character does Carter, Kat, Jun, Emil, and George have? Because Halo Reach's plot is that you're going from spot to spot, fighting the Covenant and losing. That's not much of a plot, that's things happening. Cool, we're seeing the fall of Reach. Wish I gave a shit about the characters. And then the plot doesn't start until the second to last mission, where you get Cortana and then escort Cortana all the way to the Pillar of Autumn. It has the weakest story because it barely has one. It barely has characters. I could replace all of Noble Team with no-name ODSTs and get the same outcome. If my wife can poke holes in it by watching me play, not a good story. Yeah, it's things happening with you just being there. I want you to actually consider what character does all these people have. You rarely fight with all of Noble Team. You're mostly with Kat most of the time, actually. Mission 1, Mission 2, Mission 4, start of Mission 5, then nowhere to be found in Mission 6. She's in, then she's in your ear for the entirety of Mission 7, and then she dies at the end of Mission 7. And you barely get anything from her. What was the name of it? Blizzard Buffalo, Mega Man X3. If you read The Last Church, do you think it shows fundamentally why the Emperor was doomed to fail in his mission? Yeah, the entire point is that the entire point of that is that you know the Emperor is right, but you hate him for it because he's an asshole. What do I think of Resident Evil Requiem? I played it and I liked it. I played it on stream actually. By the way, I kind of look forward to tomorrow. I finally get a bean roll in your server. Cool. Recently found your channel. I've been binging some of your vids. Were the Dawn of War 2 expansions forgotten, or are you still on your to-do list? They're still on the to-do list, but, like, I'm just overwhelmed with stuff, dude. And I have to, I'm getting back into the swing of things again. And people have to vote for it on the Patreon when I make it available. But, like, we also had massive stuff, like, constantly getting dropped all late winter, early spring. And I'm having to play catch up with that. So, game reviews got put on hold, right? The Emperor has that sort of personality where you want to stand against him just out of spite, because despite him being right most of the time, his personality is just so abrasive you can't get... Yeah, you're such an asshole that no one wants to give you the satisfaction of being right. I watched it just wondering if opinions are still the same. Still remember how you missed the big red button. Speaking of drops, what are your thoughts on GW dropping a bunch of old games? Is what it is. Some of them are bad, some of them are okay. Don't play Fire Warrior. When GW finished with Codexes for 10th, they started dropping event book after event book. Yep. He's also the sort of dude who's just supremely confident in himself, whether he's right or wrong. Yep. What's funny is the other Perpetuals try to tell the Emperor that fact repeatedly before they just abandon him. Yep. Hey, you might be wrong. Tell me where I'm wrong. Prove it. Debate me. How'd you feel about the fact that each Spartan died in the way that sort of defined them? Tell me where George has an explosive temper. Tell me, where was Carter a kamikaze pilot? Like, what, was Carter depressed? Did he want to Minecraft himself? Like, what? What faction do you think is the biggest threat? All of them. All of the factions in 40k are the biggest threat. It just depends on your perspective. Thoughts about Halo Reach Brute design? They're fine. They're not great, but they're not bad. Are there any Space Marine chapters with black as the primary and the accent being orange? The Hammers of Dorn. Biggie almost played into Chaos' hands by becoming the Dark King. Yep. George, heavy weapons expert. Carter, self-sacrifice to protect the team as the leader. That is massive leaps of logic for those two. Do you find it ironic that most of the world's Lorgar conquered in the Great Crusade are the ones most loyal in modern times? Yeah, that's the joke. The biggest, like, the first trader made the most loyal worlds. Are there any Necron planets outside the galaxy that 40k occurs in? As far as we're aware, no. Regicide is just chess. GW even released an official game for it. Cute. Yeah, they did release the fucking chess game as a video game. Right, it's 40k chess. Lorgar kicking himself. Everyone else laughing their asses off. Do you think any form of Earth entertainment from before the Age of Strife is still around? We know we still have books. I just looked up the Hammers of Dorn, and besides the left pauldron, my custom chapter looks the exact same, but with the orange version of the Raven Guard icon. Cool. Hello. So thoughts on the Man of Iron and 40k? They exist. What opinion do you want me to have? We don't have a lot on them. They're robots that rebelled. That's it. That's all we know. I feel bad for the one robot that we got in, like, Blackstone Fortress, because he's like, beep boop, I'm a robot. Really, you seem to be acting like, independent and thinking for yourself. No! I am robot, beep boop. Do not question me. Revs up assault cannon. Beep bop. Beep boop. I am not the robot you're looking for. Thinking back on it, how much shit would I get for using Gunpla for an Imperial Knight army? Depends. Are you playing for fun or are you playing competitive? Because you should know the fucking answer. There is a Men of Gold thing, but that's like old Warhammer. Who would be your biggest employer? The Free Worlds League. Obviously. Fuck those Steiners. And fuck the Free Worlds League. They ruined the Free Worlds League. Those damn Free Worlders. They ruined the Free Worlders. I know it's almost certainly not the case, but my third headcanon is still Biggie and perhaps the other Perpetuals being Men of Gold. We'll never know. It's one of those old Warhammer things. Yes, Sarah. Hi. Yes. You pathetic purple parakeets are nothing compared to our mighty Lyrian military. I think Mona Lisa is still around to do... Okay. Ciao, announcer. Have a good night. No, ciao means both hello and goodbye. Ah, okay. It depends on the context. Ah, okay. They mention Inquisition sub-factions from time to time. Yeah, they do. I saw Typhoid. I saw your fucking post. You don't need to spam the chat. Please stop. All cream. Since I just arrived, I'm saying it. I'm saying it as hello. Okay. 3 words. Steiner Scout Lance. They're gonna die. The Steiners are gonna die. Now picturing someone playing BattleTech in the grimdark future. That would be the Iron Warriors. Why do I want a chapter that's dedicated? It's strictly enforcing OSHA regulations with penalties for infractions being immediate execution. Why are you just describing the Imperial Fists again? By the way, do you watch anime? You seem like an anime guy. I do watch anime. I don't watch it, like, to the extent that my wife does, but I do watch it. Which Halo grenades would you use if given the chance? None of them, because they're all terrifying. Could I recommend one? It's a magical girl anime. Okay. Gonna put the shotgun on the table here. Go ahead. My headcanon is the Men of Gold were some horrifically strange offshoot of humanity. Cool. I have discovered a post of the ancients proceeds to be rickrolled. Why does your avatar, AG, can't remember the main, has so much cake in certain thumbnails? Because my artist is a funny lad. What's scary about the... Do you see the size of those things? They're bigger than the palm of your hand. Because they have to look normal in a Spartan's hand. All cream. All cream. I know exactly the one you're talking about. I know exactly the one you're talking about. I see you. I know exactly what you're talking about. Mother's Basement talked about it, too. We're not allowed to talk about it here. We're not allowed to talk about it here. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, you ain't catching me by surprise. What about the brute grenade or plasma grenade? What? Cool, I activate it, it gets stuck to my hand and I die. I throw the spike grenade and a spike comes and hits me in the forehead. Ah, Halo grenades are scary. Hey, announcer, how you doing? Losing my goddamn mind. I'll be honest, I pretty much stay around the Macross/Gundam scene, and fair with skills, though I had no idea about the slavery thing you talked about in your short. Yep. Yep. Boss, you just lost the game. I'm always losing the game, dude. I'm losing every day. I have no choice but to lose every day. What's your opinion on Robotech? My opinion on Robotech. Man, my dad showed me a lot of Robotech when I was young. It was his favorite series when he was a child. And we loved it, and I wish I could show my favorite scene of all time. I wish I could show it, but you know, copyright. I know what Glitter Force is. Most isekais don't even go further with the idea, the concepts. It's always just straight to the fans. Fuck Harmony Gold, that is all. Yep, I talk about it in my Battletech video about like how complicated the lawsuit was. Harmony Gold doesn't own it anymore. I don't think they own Robotech anymore. Will you ever get the Assassin's Creed Ezio trilogy from like 2015? I'm good. I have Harmony Gold. It was Macross, a Japanese publisher that got into their own TIFF as well. Yeah. You think GW legal history is something? My poor summer child. Oh, yeah. No, like, guys. Like, I had to have this explained to me because when reading it, I got lost. All Cream, I already read the entirety of Magic Lumiere. We got like 5 different conversations happening in the chat. I'm so lost. What's the monthly mini for May this year? I don't know. Magic what? Magic Lumiere. It's a new Shonen Jump manga. And it's basically like, hey, what if magical girls, but they were part of like corporations? Magi Lumiere. That's the series. The 1980s was a minefield of copyright licenses from for stuff from Japan. Yep. It's hard to keep up with chat because you guys are all like having 500 different conversations. We needed a 40k and Age of Sigmar crossover for April Fool's Day. Yeah, get GW on it. And then watch as they don't do it. and then, as he says, watch they don't do it. Just like he said with Dawn of War 4. We don't know when it's coming, chat. A month later! A literal fucking month later. I am going to be kicking myself for weeks. Is AOS dead? No. It's perfectly fine and alive. It's sold out the ITC tournament for Age of Sigmar, where in the Edmonton Open. Look, Warhammer Age of Sigmar. Shop all. Still here. In fact, they just released Sylvaneth. Sylvaneth got new stuff. They're tree people. Didn't AOS end Warhammer Fantasy? Yeah, but then Old World came back. Which is this. Old World. Shop all. Hey, look! Warhammer Fantasy's back. It's not dead. Good job, team. Only took you like 8 years, but congrats on bringing it back. a lot of old world and fantasy fans don't want to admit it, but the reason why GW like killed it originally is that there was no fixing it. It was like you had factions that were 4 to 5 editions out of date. How the fuck do you fix that? Trihexia. Can you use Demon Primarchs in 30k, all in 40k? No. I'm sure most are mad because of End Times. Yeah, End Times was weird. There was no... Listen, chat. There was no fixing fantasy. And the fact that, like, End Times was that fucking insane just means that they stopped giving a shit, blow the world up. One sec. Hi. Hi, yes. I hear you. Hold on, chat. Ugh. You know what time it is? When a cat starts screaming, you know what time it is? It's time for the kitty cam. It's time for the baby. Say hello to Sarah. Yep, say hi to Sarah, chat. She wants attention. The cat's name is Sarah for those newcomers who want to know. She's about like 8, 9 years old. Still a baby. You want to say anything to chat? You're very chirpy when you're not at my desk. You like chirping a lot when you're not at my desk. What breed is Sarah? She's a tux. See? She's a tuxedo. Because she's got like the... Oop. She's black and white, so she's a tux. Little baby. Little baby raised by dogs. For a little bit. She is the most uncat cat I've ever met. Yeah, all your pets are babies. All your pets are babies. She's my baby. Miss my cats both lived to 18 but passed away half a year ago. Oh, I'm sorry. It wants to be a Twitch star. I need to figure out how to have a Sarah cam. I need to figure out how to have a Sarah cam for stream. You were screaming at me for affection and love. You screamed real loud. And now you're just like... no, this isn't what I want. I don't want this. Oh, and there she goes. Oh. Where you going? What you doing? You got anything you want to say to chat? You got anything you want to say to chat? You want to give him a cute little meow? A little... You want to do that? Love you. And unlike other famous people that throw their cats and are mean to them, unlike other people, I'm not going to throw you. I'm not going to abuse you because you're my baby and I love you. You're so cute and I love you. You're such a good baby. Except when you're not. There are times where, like, I would like to sleep and then you're mean. But other times you're a sweet baby. Oh, AG, what are your thoughts on Trench Crusade? I don't agree that they're greedy. Okay. Guys, gals, non-binary pals, I need you to understand something. I need people to understand something, because when someone says that an indie company is greedy, hey guys, when you hear indie company, what do you think? Do you think massive conglomerate with resources that can get models around the world in less than 2 days, where the rich CEO says that water is not a human right? Is that what you think when you think indie? Trench Crusade is an indie fucking project started by a handful of people who do not have the resources nor the manpower to be anywhere near cheap. Are you fucking kidding me? The rules are free. They are free to download online. Oh no, if you don't buy the rulebook, you don't get all the really cool story. Who gives a shit? They're relying on content creators anyway to share their story. Who cares? You're getting the game for free. You get to play it for free. You get the rules for free. The data sheets for free. The only thing that you need to buy, if you want to, is the models. Because guess what? Not everyone has a 3D printer. Shocking, I know. Most people don't have 3D printers because a lot of people just don't have the space for them. But then they start selling models that you can buy. But of course, guess what? That costs money. It costs money to make the boxes. It costs money to make the plastic. It costs money to put that all together. It costs money to ship them around the world. Man, it's like if you sit there and think about it for 5 seconds. All these chuds arguments, all these people who are bitching, whining, moaning, and complaining, it's like all their vapid, insipid bullshit melts away. Because reality does not work the way they think it does, or make you want to think it does. In fact, how much is a Trench Crusade squad? Hold on. Oh my god, guys. Oh my god. Oh! It's $15 US for 4 Janissaries. 15. They're greedy, you tell me. I hear them say they're greedy. Cry me a fucking river. Listen, did the creators of Trench Crusade, like, say anything racist? Did they say anything like that minorities don't deserve rights? No? Then who gives a shit? They're a company. They want money. They made a product. They want you to buy the product. We understand this as a consumer. This is not rocket science. Wild game. Sorry, AG, my bad. Don't apologize for someone else being a dipshit. Don't apologize. Listen, you're not the one espousing that bullshit, are you? Like, are you espousing that bullshit? If you're not, don't apologize, because you're not doing it. You were asking if I agree with that opinion, and I don't. Then why are you apologizing? You're good. You've done nothing wrong. You're good, mate. Don't stress about it. I wonder how many times Mole has to say, don't say sorry. Oh, every stream. Every stream. Yeah, if I see people bitching about Trench Crusade, it's either the fact that, like, they started printing their own models, and it's a bunch of 3D printing bros losing their shit because now they can't jip people with their bullshit. Or it's chuds that are mad because they got kicked out of the Discord server when Trench Crusade first came out. Because, guess what? Hey, I'm just going to say this here. We don't want racists. Wait, I'm confused. What's the rant about? People saying, like, Trench Crusade's creators are being greedy and shit like that when they're not. Looking at you! Yep. Bring this stream back to a happier place. What's your favorite Terminator armor type? Cataphracti. Love the lightning claws. They tried to jump off 40k because of Muscle Mommies and tried to run to Trench Crusade, but got run out when they tried to get into Battletech and then got run out of there too. Yeah, it turns out if you're an asshole, no one wants you. Your favorite Battletech mech? The Bushwhacker. Unfortunately, like 40k, Trench Crusade kind of takes inspiration from topics racist dipshits just love. Yeah, but that's like, again, if you mention Christ in any of your games or like have anything to do with like knights or Templar-like imagery, they're gonna come in droves. There's nothing you can do aside from like tell them, like pull out the shotgun and go, leave. What desserts do you like? Cake, ice cream. My favorite ice cream is strawberry marble. What's the cheapest 40k model right now? I do not have an encyclopedic knowledge of money. The cheapest 40k model right now? Looking at Space Marines, currently the lowest is 50 for a single model. The Toads from the old world might be the cheapest. They might be. Under $50. No, actually, it's the Branch Wraith online only and the Wood Elf Waystalker at $18. And the Empire Man Witch Hunter, Priest of Sigmar, they're both 18. Yeah, like 4 models are like 18 bucks. And then for 40K, the cheapest model right now... As I'm scrolling through... If it's not sold out online, because that just means they're dead. They're gone. The cheapest model in 40K is the Mephitic Blight Hauler. At $36. Oh, and the Succubus. But she's online only, so that means she's getting replaced. Would you rather eat your food or spicy food? I know how to cook, Mark. I can do both. Oh, if I played Necromunda? I did play Necromunda. Old school. I played Chaos Cults. I played, oh, what's the girl gang called again? What's the girl gang called again? Shit! Escher. Thank you. Clan Escher. I played Escher. I played Chaos Cults, I played Escher, and I played, the police. French toast, waffles, or pancakes? I prefer pancakes. Speaking of food, I'm sick of people thinking all you eat in 40K is corpse starch. It is not. It is a supplement and a ration, not an everyday thing. I gotta say, I'm not usually one for these kinds of streams. I'm really enjoying myself. I'm glad. I have a devious idea. Girly Pop Archer Necromunda gang. Do it. Waffles are pancakes with abs. No one can change my mind. Why would I? You're just right. I've been binging your channel lately. Thank you. Good stuff. Thank you. Refreshing reminders about the hobby. Lament till I die. The average person on Terra apparently eats a flavorless nutrient paste that is allegedly worse than corpse starch. I was legit just browsing your bar's menu, and I gotta ask, what spirit is AMSEC the 40K equivalent of again? What? The Second Legion are the Maid Marines. Now, waffles are hard, unless people prefer soft waffles. I like waffles with hard texture. Maid Marines are great. They are great. The creator's a very wonderful person. Where's the link to that Malice video that none of us assholes watched? Where's the video? Well, you know what, chat? We're gonna sit together. We're gonna sit here together and watch it. We're gonna watch my video together. We're gonna watch my video where I started to learn editing and cringe through our fucking teeth. Where is it? Where is it? It's after Battalion Wars. I know that much. There it is. Found it. All right, chat. Get yourselves ready. I'm gonna copyright strike myself later. Hey, everyone, as you can see, we are currently moving into a new place, so apologies for the construction equipment. Happy New Year! For those that don't know, I got my start on TikTok, but with its banishment to darker places by the Lich Council of America. And then I deleted it anyway. and then I deleted the TikTok. That aged. Yeah, it aged. I had to move my coffee shop from there to here. However, to help with the move, I promised my followers that if we got to 10k subs here on YouTube, I would do a deep dive into the 5th. By the way, one of my favorite 40k memes. Sorry, Malice, but I don't think you qualify as an emotion. This is bullshit. You let the rat in here. Squeaking out is an important step in a person's life. How about you read a fucking book? Chaos God. And well, you guys crushed that in a week, so now I have to hold up my end of the bargain. So grab a hot or cold beverage and sit back as we discuss this fucking thing. A rabbit hole that's puddled deep. The origins of Malal go back to the 1980s with writers John Wagner and Alan Grant creating Caleb Dark, a champion of the Chaos God Malal for a Warhammer Fantasy tie-in comic to the Warhammer Fantasy RPG/tabletop game. Malal is the god of anarchy, who is basically a chaos... Also, gotta say, like, look at this fucking design, dude. Like, oh my god, like... It gives me Jabberwocky vibes. And it's got 6 fingies. We have old art of the Chaos Gods, by the way, Phoenix, so, like, I'd have to, like, go into each of their Lexicanon pages to show you. God that, well, causes chaos, even against their fellow gods. It is stated that Malal hates the other 4 Chaos Gods, Khorne, Slaanesh, Tzeentch, and Nurgle, and that he is just as likely to fight them as he is to fight any other faction. Caleb Dark got a model and rules for fantasy, so Malal officially had a playable champion for a while. But here's where things get tricky. So, I don't know how British copyright law works, much less how it worked back in the 80s. But from what I'm able to understand, since John and Alan created what I'm able to understand, works, much less how it worked back in the 80s. Oh, for a while there, I was making fun of Britain so much by, like, this is their 1980s, this is their 1960s. It just, oh my god, taking pot shots where I can. But from what I'm able to understand, since John and Alan created Malal, they were in control of what could be done with him in Caleb Dark. But John and Alan would later have basically what Menio come. Also, I just want to point out, with Caleb Dark's weapon, I know it's supposed to be like a thigh bone, but, damn, that looked really phallic, Caleb. That looks really phallic down there. Just saying. Like drama channels nowadays would describe as a total dramatic falling out! In reality, the two just had creative differences for where they wanted to take the Judge Dredd comics, and they stopped working together. It's a common thing within the comics industry. But with the two separating, and both having an ownership of Malal and Caleb, Games Workshop really couldn't do anything or even mention them without a potential copyright issue. There would be attempts to have something like Malal. Games Workshop created 2 more minor gods, Zuvasin and Neocho. But yo, where my Neocho lads at? Where are my Neocho lads at? Look at this fucking Chaos God, dude. He's just vibing. An old fuck just vibing in a maze. Where's my Neocho lovers, dude? Why are you all talking about Malal? Malal's fucking old news. Let's go with Neocho, dude. Don't look at this Ojama looking fuck. He's an inbred Ojama lime. Those two would quickly be dropped anyway because who honestly gives a shit about 2 gods who only have like a sentence to their names each? So, this technically ends the story of Malal, a minor chaos deity that only had 1 champion, was in 1 edition of Warhammer Fantasy's early life, and well, it should have ended there. However, in 2002, something came up. A small model within the 3rd edition Chaos Space Marine Codex, version 2.0, shows a Marine. Now, to the lot of you, seeing a Marine in a Chaos Space Marine Codex is like me pointing out a car to you in a Wendy's parking lot. I'll take a Dave's double combo, by the way. But it's what's on the car that I am pointing out to you. This Marine's paint scheme is oddly the same color as Malal's, and even more perplexing, the name under it says Sons of Malice. Now, if I didn't start activating the part of your brain that makes the excited monkey noises, well, they were mentioned by name in the Eye of Terror Codex. Ooh. We got Death Guard, Emperor's Children, Iron Warriors, Night Lords, Sons of Malice, Thousand Sons, Violators, Warp Ghosts. But it wouldn't be until 2004's Index Astartes series where the connection was finally bridged. The Index Astartes series was a rather fun and cool series of books, giving us the framework of the Space Marines, talking about the origins of the original 20 legions, both Loyalist and Traitor, while also giving us a bit more on both the
My God, could I
of the
find more
Loyalist
blurry
and
images?
Traitor legions, and the stories of Space Marine chapters that went renegade or fell to chaos. Here we get the story of the Sons of Malice, a Space Marine chapter that fell into the worship of the renegade god Malice, whose domains were the exact same as Malal's. So in true Warhammer tradition, retcons are the way to go. This was around the time Warhammer Fantasy and Warhammer 40k were still tied together in some ways, so it was pretty easy for James and his workshop to change some names around and throw Malal into 40k to save everyone the headache. Just drop the Al and add in the Is and voila, Malice. Who worships him? I don't know, some cannibals from a backwater like Camino from Star Wars? So with those things in proper place, the Sons of Malice and Malal would obviously take center stage, give Abaddon a huge wedgie, and stick it to the man, and have all the sex, and be the coolest dudes, and... Yeah, no, that's not what happened. They got a short story called The Labyrinth in 2009, which is a read, and aside from a quick cameo in Imperial Armor Volume 13, Lost in the Damned, these guys were quickly abandoned.
Apparently, they also showed up in Battlefleet Gothic and one of the Cadian books. So, 0 out of 10. Announcer of Games a bad content creator because he couldn't play a video game all the way through, nor he couldn't afford nor play a $78 video game all the way through, or couldn't find a book. 0 out of 10.
Much like my sanity in researching this. Now, I did see that the Sons of Malice, or at least Malice himself, was mentioned in the 2017 book Cadia Stands, but since I don't own that book, I can't confirm it, so, leave it in the comments, I guess? Or in the glass of your local swimming pool. I promise the people will be scared of you. So, that's it then, right? Malice and his merry band of cannibal edgelords haven't been seen since 2014-17, which at this point is either over or close to a decade. But even then,
let's be honest, that's about average for most minor Marines and Chaos Space Free factions.
So, that's it then, right? I'm free, right?
Man, can you tell that I was learning what keyframes were?
So, the Horus Heresy ended with The End and the Death, written by Dan Abnett. This 3-part epic that puts the Bible to shame in page length introduced the new 5th Chaos God, the Dark King, a god of wanton and mindless destruction. However, the twist here is that the Dark King is supposed to be the Emperor of Mankind, meaning that Malal is now Big E. Who the fuck is this guy? Yeah, in short, the End and the Death straight up retcons Malice into being the Emperor of Mankind. Which, I mean, makes sense. Big E hates the Chaos Gods like how I have an irrational hatred of ASMR tapping videos. And since Malal's entire existence is just hating on the other 4 gods, it's not a big stretch.
basically put, due to the Emperor's actions and how he went about things, the 4 Chaos Gods basically doomed him to become the 5th Chaos God as the ultimate YouTube prank. Because due to the Great Crusade and how the galaxy and how the Traitor Legion saw him, he was just a being of mindless destruction. And the events of the Horus Heresy and Siege of Terra were all leading up to this moment. And yeah, even though Big E and the Super Friends stopped his attention in the book,
the all-new Super Friends Hour with the Emperor.
it doesn't matter, as they only delayed it. Since when Big E finally does do the die, he will become the Dark Malalis. So, that's the history of Malal. A minor Chaos God that showed up in one comic and rulebook and was abandoned for little over 2 decades. Was brought back as a background thing with a Chaos Warband that maybe was mentioned every half-decade, and now is just Big E. Which, when I look at the Board of Intrigue, it's a boring straight line. Yeah, there wasn't some dramatic blow-up, no epic legal battle, nothing of the sort. Basically, Malal was made for a comic, things fell through, and sometimes a GW writer, painter, or a group will simply just add him and his sons in for fun. But with the end and the death, Malal is now just Big E, waiting to take his throne. Which, with 40k being the way it is, well, it might as well be fucking purgatory. I hope this short video was worth the wait. I learned a lot, and it was nice to know that the creator of Judge Dredd helped make this guy. Plus, I now never have to talk about this guy ever again. So it's a win for me. I'm free to talk about other things, like Bad Dab and other battles within 40k, or even the books. I'm free. I'm free.
So there. That's the Malal video. That's all. That was a day and a half of research into a 9-minute 30-second video. Who, and I quote, people think there's a lot more going on with him than there is. But that's like telling me the chip bag in the checkout line has a lot more chips in it than you think. We don't know if the Emperor on the throne and the Emperor deity are the same thing. We just don't know. Life has many doors, Ed boy. Chip bag in the checkout line, huh? Listen, sometimes it's like you just get like one of those old Dutch like snack bags worth of content, and a lot of people think like there's more in there, but there's not. Now I'm craving chips. Then go get chips. Sorry, I miss references and gags sometimes. You're good. Do you think that technology in Battletech should move forward? You're missing the entire point of Battletech? You're kind of just missing the entire point of Battletech then. HBS Battletech game. Doing a modded run of that right now. I have Mech Warrior 5 Mercenaries. Elaborate on what? I remember that AMSEC is the 40k equivalent of a particular kind of spirit, whiskey, vodka, etc. So I'm asking, which spirit is AMSEC supposed to be? It is supposed to be alcohol. It is alcohol. I have not played the turn-based Battletech game, no, but I have seen it.
Basically space booze? Yes. Space booze. Frankly, I think BattleTech and 40K should get something to move the needle story-wise. What the fuck? We've been moving nothing but forward in 40K. What are you talking about? What do you mean? What do you mean? We just got a new... We're getting another story. We advanced Armageddon. What? What? Where the fuck is it? Reign of Iron. We finally we got more from the Cadian storyline. What are you talking about? What? 40K's plot's not moving forward. The unit, like, the stories have been moving forward. What the fuck? If there was an Imperial Guard book about a commander surviving impossible crap just for it to be fractured memories of someone in Trazen's collection, would that be a good plot in your opinion? I don't fucking know who would write it. Like, you're telling me concepts. I don't know if a concept would be good. You have a concept. A concept. That's like asking me, do you think the storyboard's good? Do you think this would be like, do you think like the story's good based on the storyboard? I'd have to see it all done. Why are you screaming at me? Okay, she stopped screaming. Which faction's Stealthwing is your favorite by metrics of your choice? I'm not a big fan of stealth. I'm not a stealthy dude. I'm not a very stealthy guy. Halo, Grunt, or Star Wars B1 Battle Droid. B1 Battle Droid all the way. They're funny as fuck. Oh, but think of all the war crimes they've caused. Yeah, and? What the fuck? Huh. Okay, cool. Sorry, I got an email about something, and I had to look at it for a minute. Nothing bad, just interesting. Ever heard of a pizza box pizza? You mean like a square pizza? My issue with Ilcom Battletech is that with all the new tech they have added, the game's balance is so broke. If you think Battletech was balanced, you're funny. BattleTech was never... The thing is about Warhammer 40k and BattleTech that you all have to understand, these games are not balanced. Why the fuck would you ever take anything that's mercenary? Why would you intentionally choose to take inferior pilots? Oh, well, they're cheaper. Yeah, and they die faster and hit less. These games are not balanced. Like, I'm going to tell you right now, a mech that can shoot more than others will always outperform. The archer, like, having 2 archers in your list, like, in your team, will always outperform. Who the fuck are you playing with, Neo Luna? That made it unfun. Like, end of the day, that's personal opinion. But I haven't been able to play BattleTech lately because, like, I've been busy. I know a lot of people are like, but I want to play BattleTech with you. I'm like, yeah, but I'm busy. Siege of Brax, it has been so fun reading it. Thank you. You're welcome. It's one of the things that I find so annoying about 40k competitive is that, like, people are like, it's not balanced. Buddy, this is a game about rolling dice. Balance went out the window. Yeah, like, there are some rules that are fucking amazing compared to others, but, like, I'm sorry, you're coming to a dice game for balance? Do you go to the casino and complain that it's unfair? Hi, Porky. Oh, wait, no. Aramis, thank you for all the subs. Jesus. Aramis, thank you for all the subs, my guy. Hee Froggy got a sub. Yeah. Me and Froggy talk sometimes. They're very busy, but, like, we talk. She's very nice. Was shocked that she followed me and was in my server. Honestly, I'm just shocked if any 40k content creator that, like, I respect or know about is, like, following me. Like, that's generally just a shock. Froggy is a great goober. They are a great goober. I taught them the abridged history of Warhammer 40k. How a bunch of psychic frogs denied healthcare. And now it's everyone's problem. She taught me how to paint marble on bases. Awesome! Yeah, but does the super armor make the mech more expensive? Baron, thank you for the sub. Anyways, good night. Good night. Uncompetitive play has fucking ruined Warhammer. I am sick and tired of balance updates and people shitting on Legends. Mr. Bunk, here's the thing. You don't have to play with the balance updates. You can play book as is. You don't have to play competitive. It's a secret, but it shouldn't be. It does. The issue is that all Ill Clan era, by that point, mech variants with said armor are very common. Okay, then just don't play that era. Or if you're struggling to get through half damage, then you have to start dedicating 2 mechs on 1 target. Oh, you're having my damage. Okay, well then I'm just gonna try to fucking double it. What I don't like is that Loyalist Space Marines don't have as many restrictions. Yeah, but that's Space Marines. They're the poster boys. They're obviously going to get, like, favoritism. That's always going to happen. I'm sorry. I hope the Crucible of Champions bit gets expanded 11th. I think the concept is cool. So, boss, how goes the painting for the Summer Open? Well, I did get some of the Victrix Guard. And I know people are going to be like, oh, he got Victrix Guard. Listen here, motherfuckers. I was playing Ultramarines before it was cool. I was playing them before they were competitive. I wanted Victrix Guard because I like Victrix Guard. I'm not playing them because they're broken. I'm playing them because I think they're cool. And then they finally came on sale again, and I jumped on that shit. I jumped on it like a man who was dying of thirst in the desert. And I got my fix. Are Victrix Guard the modern equivalent of Stern Guard veterans? No, Victrix Guard are Honor Guard. They're supposed to... They're the remade Honor Guard unit that was here in 5th edition. And they're currently competitively viable because they have lots of movement options and they're fucking broken. And I was lucky to get the 2 boxes that I fucking got. I was lucky to get the 2 fucking boxes that I got because they're already sold out again. Look at that. Fucking gone. And then the second that Space Marines stop being competitively viable again, you'll see these models on sale secondhand. For dirt cheap prices. Dirt fucking cheap. The second that Victrix Guard lose the fucking Surge move, the second they lose Surge move is the second that you'll be start seeing Victrix Guard on secondhand stores like crazy. While I'm sitting here as an actual Ultramarines fan going, I just want Victrix Guard. I just want them. They're so cool. They got, look at them. They got the cool Space Marine banner where he's stepping on a Gene Stealer. They got the company champion. They're so cool. But no, I gotta wait. I gotta wait until some fucking loser gets sick and tired of losing in tournaments because he won't let it go like a Yu-Gi-Oh player with a pet deck. It'll never be viable. Your fucking stupid ass deck will never be viable. No matter how many times I try, I'll never make DDD viable. I should let it go. It's a good thing, Mole. It's good Mole doesn't have bad luck for now. Oh, you sweet summer fucking child. You sweet summer fucking child. Erebus, good news. Spirits are competitive now. They got new cards that made them extremely competitively viable. What do we want to read into tonight? We'll read into Puptrocity. Let's do that. Was there any model that got completely removed with no warning and never came back that you wanted to get? I tried to make the Warbringer Titan, but the body got nuked and I've got a head and guns in the drawer for the last 3 to 4 years. I think the Titan units came back, but... yeah, we're going to go right into Puptrocity, chat. So... because I'm tired. I did not sleep well. I'm going to be going to bed early tonight. And then tomorrow I'm going to be... working in Ring of Iron. The new video comes out tomorrow, Plague War. So I hope you're all excited for that. Yeah, so we're going to go right into Puptrocity. So that is capital P U lowercase u lowercase p Trocity. Because of my question. No. I didn't see your question. What was your question? What? I didn't see your question. What? No, what was your question? I didn't see the question. What? What? Excuse? Okay. Okay. I'm just tired. All right, we're gonna rate it out, okay? Oh no, I hurt his feelings. I'm so sorry. You didn't hurt my feelings. I got worried that like I made someone feel bad without meaning to. All right, I'm very tired. You all have a good night, and I hope I hope my new model is done soon. via asking the questions. I'm just happy to derp around. Well, please go have fun. You all have a fantastic night, everybody. Okay, good night.